Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another stream where we are working to create positive digital experiences. We're working together to do this. So I'm streaming this. I am going to do my best to figure stuff out. I'll be live coding, but if at any time you can help me to figure out this process, that's why live chat is enabled and comments are enabled if you're watching this on the replay. So I highly encourage any of that. I welcome that. And I would love to hear your comments or suggestions, or even just to keep me company. If you're here, if you leave a comment or something in the live chat, I'd love to hear it. So as I said, I have some things before we get into actual coding today. I always go through some bookkeeping stuff before we get into the actual live stream. Well, the live coding, this is all live. So I want to say what else is coming soon besides these streams where we're working to build positive digital experiences. Those are gaming experiences using C++ and Unreal Engine, most likely, but we're going to figure out exactly what tools to use for our purposes. But what else we have on this channel? And actually, before I get into that, let me put on some background music. And I think what we decided last time together was that we'd play this one, which is Feeding the Ducks. Let's go. Feeding the Ducks, brought to you by StreamYard Music. All right, so that's going to be in our background. What else we have on this channel besides these twice weekly live streams? We also are, I'm working to explore, I guess is the best word for it, how to best live a creative life while still living a real life as well. So like business, work, health, just a general balanced life, while also finding time to be creative and maintain my passion and, I guess, devotion to my craft, which for me is writing in more fiction or poetry, and also making music. Could be anything for you, but that's what we explore. I'm starting to explore that on the channel. So there's, besides these streams, there's other videos on that. There's also travel vlogs. So I just released the first video in a new series called Driving Dreams, where we're actually going on a huge road trip, and I'm taking you all along with me. So that's elsewhere on the channel. Find that. If you like this stream, stick around. If not, go look at some other videos. You might like what else is here. As I said earlier, live chat and comments are enabled. So if in any moment you feel like you have something to say during this broadcast, I welcome that, and I would love to hear it. So hit live chat on your screen. That'll take you to the right now empty chat room, and you can type anything in there. I'll see it as I'm talking. This is live. A couple other things. So I always say what my vision for this project is and where we're at right now. So currently, let me start with the vision. That makes sense, right? So you know what we're talking about. Vision for this project, we're working to build positive digital experiences, and that can look like, oftentimes it'll look like gaming, video gaming, and at the start, that's pretty much exactly what it's going to be. I'm going to be making a video game, and then maybe another one and another one, and those are all part of a bigger game. But eventually, I'd like to build a whole thing that it could be considered a game because it's in the digital universe. But it's not. The point isn't to go in there and win something or complete some task. It's more to experience that digital universe, as you could say. So that's what I'm working to build, and where we're at right now is super early stage. So we're working on the first game, the first part of that, but even before that, we are literally, setting up the work environments on my computer to do that. So I'm taking you along with me. I'll be downloading things and researching things and figuring out how to set up my system to actually code what I want the game to look like. So that's where we're at today. Before we get into any of the coding, I have just a couple more things to say, and then we're going straight to figure out how to set up Visual Studio on this computer and this coding. But yeah, so if you, a quick call to action, I would like to say, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, consider subscribing. I'm going to actually put that as a banner up there on your screen. Consider subscribing to the channel so that you're aware of future streams and other videos that come out. If you're here at any moment, my other main thing that really helps out this channel, even usually more than a subscribe, is a thumbs up, just a like. If you hit that like button, YouTube knows that it should give this stream to more people, and that this is an active channel and I'm not just here like on my own, doing my own thing for nobody. So if you hit that thumbs up button, that helps. I also have super thanks enabled. So if that's enabled for you and it's something you feel compelled to do, you can always leave a donation on the channel. It has some perks that come along for you, such as like highlighted comments and things. But basically what that does, that helps me make more videos. So that helps me stick around making these live streams and making more videos for you. The more support I get, the more likely I'm to continue this indefinitely. So I'm going to try my best even if I don't get support, but it's hard to keep on doing something by yourself. So those are open. Super thanks is open. Hit the thumbs up button and consider subscribing to the channel if you like what you see. And let's get into it. So what we've got going on today, and I'm going to leave this banner right here so that if you are joining at any moment after this, you'll see this, what we're doing today, which is working in the early stages of building a positive digital experience, a game. So let me share my screen. This is where we're at. This over here that you see is my dashboard for StreamYard, which is how I'm streaming this to you. And pay no attention to this if you can help it. I'm going to cover it up actually as best as I can, while still being able to see your comments over here. Cover it up with it. So this is where I will be spending a lot of time today in Google, searching things, trying to figure out exactly what I'm doing. Over here, you see this is my notebook for this course. So I have some notes, and down here for today it says what I've been looking for. This is actually, I did some homework in between last stream and this stream, which usually I don't do. I said that I would just do everything in stream so that you could follow along and I could work at this with you, but I actually had 2 streams in a row doing the exact same thing, getting nowhere on it. So I did some research and this is what I found. And I'll catch you up on this so that you are still on the same page if you're following these along. You're following along with these replays, or if you come to the live streams. I want to keep you up to date so that we are on the same page, so you can help me and I can help you. So what I found in my research is exactly what I was looking for. I found in the Unreal Engine documentation, I found how to set up Visual Studio Code for Unreal Engine on a Mac, which is what I'm working on, and it's been difficult trying to figure out how to do that. But I found a perfect link and I saved it here. So let's open that up. I think it's already open over here, but make sure it's the right one that I'm on. There we go. Setting up VS Code for Unreal Engine. And we're going to do this together. So it says, while Unreal Engine supports Microsoft Visual Studio as its default, IDE for C++ projects and Windows. It also supports Visual Studio Code as a more lightweight, free open source alternative. Although VS Code does not have the same capabilities as Visual Studio out of the box, it is highly extensible and is available for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux, providing a common ground for developers working in multiple platforms. VS Code requires extra manual setup to give it equivalent functionality Visual Studio for Windows, but it can be done. So, required setup. This is where we're at. This guide assumes you've installed Unreal Engine and created a C++ project with it. So, let me create a C++ project. Let me open up Epic Games Launcher and Unreal Engine, which I did actually, I downloaded that before I ever started streaming because I was trying to figure this out on my own. Didn't get too far. So that's part of the reason I'm doing these streams, to be held accountable, but also to get some assistance if anyone's there. So, Unreal projects, project files are not associated with Unreal Engine. Would you like to associate them now? No thanks, I don't know that. Okay, so let's launch Unreal Engine 5.03 and set up first. So I'm going to launch Unreal Engine and set up a C++ project, but I want to make sure I do that right. So let's go back here to Google. Let's bring this Epic Games thing over here. We'll try to, that's already as small as we can get, but let's see. Let's Google. There's a lot of Googling involved in this process. So anyways, I'm going to Google how to set up a C++ project in Unreal Engine 5. Launch Unreal. Okay. Oh, this isn't okay. This isn't updated for the current Unreal Engine 5 release. So I don't want that. I don't want to watch a video during this stream unless I would absolutely have to. I want to make sure that I can just kind of read through stuff. So let's look for something here. We'll also search for Unreal Engine 5 Plus. Actually, you know what? I could probably figure this out without reading the documentation, but if I find something real quick, I'm going to read it. Let's see. Unreal Engine 5, adding C++ to Blueprint project. Oh, that's different. C++. Make this search a little bit more streamlined. Oh, I like this Feeding the Ducks background song. It's pretty good. Okay, how do I add a C++ file to Unreal? Name editor, select File, new C++ class. C++ class wizard will appear showing commonly added classes. So then we prompt to enter a name for a new class. So it will immediately open Visual Studio, ready for editing. Ooh. That sounds pretty easy, but it probably isn't that straightforward. But well, first I have to have Visual Studio installed, and I do have it installed. But I'm thinking that I have to pick that because it's not. Well, I'm getting mixed signals here from Unreal documentation and what it says about installing Visual Studio. I guess we can try this. Let's just see. Let's see what happens. Launch Unreal Engine 5.03. Let's see what happens here. Hopefully this doesn't crash the stream. It's a big software. There it comes. Okay, Unreal Editor. Oh gosh. Please, no. It's not going to re-download it, is it? Okay. Good. Because when I first downloaded this software, this Unreal Engine, it took like a whole day to download it. And I had like fans aimed at the computer because it was getting hot, and I had it plugged in because it was losing charge quick. Okay, anyways, here we go. Here's our Unreal Editor. Let's see if I can make a new project. And remember, if you have anything to say that will help me out, or if you just want to keep me extra company, live chat is enabled. All right, let me see if I just mess around here. Game. Oh, no. And I might have to like import the code here to actually start a project, but I don't think so. I thought it was very straightforward from what I remember. But when I did download this, it was with a course, so it was kind of walking me through it. All right. It's not what I want. Looking to find kind of backup. Okay, there we go. Names. Blank. C++. Target platform, desktop, or mobile. I'm thinking, I really, I don't know. I haven't thought about that. Is anyone in the chat? If anyone's even on the stream, I don't think anyone is right now. But if you're watching this on replay, you'll see at this moment I was wondering if I should start this first game that I'm making for desktop or for mobile. And I think actually I have an answer. I was going to consult with you all since no one's here. I'm going to decide on desktop because I'm thinking my final product, like my goal project here, would be run more desktop and more like not mobile. So I'm gonna do desktop. Quality preset. What does that mean? It's a graphical level. Target. High-end only or scalable from low end on up. I'm gonna do. Well, I'm gonna do maximum. Though, if it creates a problem on this computer, then I will go back and do that. Starter content or ray tracing. Don't know what those are. Let's see. Starter content. Enable to include an additional content pack containing simple placeable meshes with basic materials and text. You can also add the starter content to your project later. Okay, I'll just add it later. That's what I decided to do. Ray tracing. Use if real-time ray tracing can be supported in the new project. Let's look up what ray tracing is. I don't know what that is. Let's see. What is ray tracing? Unreal. Ray traced shadows simulate soft area lighting effect for objects in the environment. This means that based on the light's source size or source angle, an object shadow will have sharper shadows near the contact surface and farther away where it softens and widens. And actually, yes, I learned about that before. I do want that. So this idea for the final project, final product, I guess you could call it, is that I want it to be extremely realistic. Like, I want to be able to go into this and it looks like as close to real life as you can get, but with capabilities for you that you don't have in real life. So, okay, project location. I think that's fine. Let's go back here. I'm gonna actually put this on the desktop, right on the desktop, so it's easy to find. New folder. Project 1 Unreal. And that is where we'll happen. Looks like the. And I'm going to actually rename that, and just for syntax sake, I'm going to erase my spaces there. So that's desktop. Rename this. Oh, project 1 Unreal. All right, and open it. All right, project name. Game 1. Create. And now once I have this C++ project, hopefully this doesn't crash. No, that looks good. Okay, so once I have the C++ project, it looks like I'll be able to then open up, our code editor, our IDE, integrated development environment, and then be able to do some coding in there, and it transfers over here. And I can build the whole game basically in Visual Studio Code, watching it unfold here in the Unreal Engine. And now, eventually, I want to build my own engine, but that is long down the road. I need to first figure out even how to use C++. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out, did this just crash, or did it open up the project? I hope it opened up the project and didn't crash. Still pretty, this Unreal visualization. Their, what's the word? Their designers are on point. Beautiful. It looks like we're at 34%, making game 1. Okay. It's going to open, I think, with just the basic game, what I have so far of it. And then I guess let's see, let me look. So I think this is where I move my code from my IDE into here, and then it brings it into this game world. I think is how it works. Of course, I have no idea, but that seems to make sense to me. We're at 34%. I need to watch this computer from getting hot. It starts getting hot, I have to end the stream, or I'll bring a fan like I did when I installed it. We'll see. I hear the computer's fan turning on. All right. All right. So actually, let's go back while that's installing. While that's opening, building. Let's go back to installing VS Code. Okay, so it assumes I have a C++ project in Unreal already. Now I do, once that loads. So next, installing VS Code and required extensions for your operating system. Download and install VS Code as well as the official C++ extension pack and C# extension for VS Code. These are required for reading the source code for both Unreal Engine and its build tools. Okay. Download and install the compiler toolset for your operating system, which for Mac is LLVM or Clang. All right. So details about how to set up these components refer to installing the compiler toolset. All right. And then I will be debugging on Mac, so I need to download and install the LLDB extension. Okay. So I'll do this once this C++ project is built here. Looks like it's stuck at 34%. Computer's not getting... Oh, it's getting a little hot. Here. I'll be right back, y'all. I'm going to create a banner and go get a fan. Be right back. Getting a fan for the computer. It's getting hot. It's all right. I'll be right back, everybody. 1 second, yes. Oh, and I'll get this up. All right, everybody, I'm back. I don't have a fan. I forgot I don't have a fan, but I do have this. And I'll turn on the fan in this room. This will lift it up off of where it's at. Hopefully that can keep the computer cool. And of course, if it ends up getting too hot, I will end up having to stop the stream and find shelter for my computer, because that would not be good. I destroyed the computer trying to download this without proper cooling. This gives some space, this thing, under the computer, so it can cool itself. So I get some air flowing in this room. Alrighty. Now I'm back. Okie dokie. Looks like we're not getting too far with building this project here. It is still compiling shaders, which I feel like it was doing for a while. I didn't look exactly what it was doing, but I thought it was compiling shaders a little while ago. Actually, I think that's what took so long with installing Unreal in the first place. It might have been compiling shaders or something to that extent. Okay, we got past it. Compiling more shaders. All right, but let's get back. Okay, so let me do a little more research. Computer's cooling down with this fan and this lift. All right, so yeah, I can't. I'm kind of stuck right now because I can't download something else while this is working, because it seems to be running the computer to its limit. And this is, this is pretty much, I feel like, why most game development is not done on Macs. I read there's a lot of reasons. A lot of game developers prefer Windows. Windows operating system. But I had a Mac. That's what I have. I don't have anything with Windows on it. So this is what I'm using. And of course, some people use Mac. All right. Well, I guess let me, while that's doing that, so we're not just sitting here, I'm going to add to my notes. So I found what I was looking for, which is this, the Unreal documentation. And then in there, let me make this note where we're at now. Where we're at now. And I'm just going to copy and paste this. This is where we're at now. In case we have to stop this stream, I don't want to lose my place. So I'm going to put that. That's where we're at now. I'm sorry for the shaky camera. It actually is because this. I wanted to get better Wi-Fi today because I realized it's been kind of flaky during my streams. I came into the closest room to the Wi-Fi, which is actually the bedroom. So this computer stand is actually on the bed, and it's not a very stable situation. But that's what we got. I'll figure something else out before next stream. Oh, we're moving over here at Unreal. 83% now. Loading. And it seems like the live chat is dead right now, so that's okay. Here we go. This is our game world. I think this is so cool. Honestly, if I weren't trying to learn to do more, I would just build a game with Blueprint. They have Unreal Engine has a thing called Blueprint, which is literally, I'm pretty sure you don't have to know any coding. You don't have to be able to code in any language. It's literally like plug and play, is what I gather. Still a lot of work, but no engineering required. No C++ knowledge necessary. But I'm trying to learn C++. So, yes, I'm trying to build this game, but this game is not the most important aspect of this stage in my journey. The most important thing right now is to learn how to code in C++. So let's get back to it. Now that is open, we can install Visual Studio Code and required extensions for this computer. Okay, so download and install VS Code, as well as the official C++ extension pack and C# extension for VS Code. So I'm going to open these. These are required for reading the source code for both Unreal and its build tools. So this is important. All right, Visual Studio Code. Download Mac Universal. There we go. Stable or insiders. I don't know what that means, so I'm going to look that up. Oh, I see. Web, I guess, is stable. Oh, no. Web would be on online open source, I guess. So it looks like it has GitHub or Azure repos. So that's basically. I wonder if this stable build is just on my system, or if it's connected to where I could let's make something on GitHub. So let's figure that out. Let's look up unless it answers it right here somewhere. Built-in Git. Okay. What is VS Code stable build? What is a stable version of VS Code? What's the difference? There we go, between that and Insider. Insider's build installs side by side to your stable VS Code install and has isolated settings, configurations, and extensions. The Insider's build is updated nightly, so you'll get the latest bug fixes and feature updates from the day before. That's nice, but that probably costs money, I feel like. I'm trying to do this for free. All right, so I think I'm gonna go figure this out. Let's just see if I try to download Insiders, because that sounds better. Is it going to, collect a card? And if not, then okay. That sounds good. If not. Thanks for downloading VS Code for Mac. There it is. Popped up. Visual Studio Code. I already read this. Let's read just in case. It's a lightweight but powerful source code editor which runs on your desktop and is available for Windows, macOS, and Linux. It comes with built-in support for JavaScript, TypeScript, and Node.js, and has a rich ecosystem of extensions for other languages and runtimes, such as C++ and others. Begin your journey with VS Code with these introductory videos. Okay. Top extensions, C++. All right, yeah, so I'm just gonna get that popping. Okay. There we go. Ooh, and it just pops right up. That's nice to see. Okay. Now extensions. I'm pretty familiar with that layout, actually. One I got the other day, last stream. It's confusing. It was something I'd never seen before. It was Visual Studio, not VS Code. All right. So that is one thing. I have Visual Studio or VS Code down here, Visual Studio Code. Now extensions, C++ extension pack is the next thing to install. If you're just joining us here, I am working to build positive digital experiences using C++ in Unreal Engine. So we got, hopefully by the end of this stream, I'll actually be live coding in C++ using Visual Studio here. I was finally able to download the proper version of Visual Studio Code, it looks like, as found in the Unreal documentation. But let's go back to Visual Studio. Where is it? Here. And let's get this extension, C++. Let's go there. Bam. C++. Install. Installing. All right. That's installed. Now, what was next here? It said in this documentation, C# extension also, okay. Though I'll be coding in C++, I need C# because that's what the source code for Unreal Engine is written in. C# and C++ and C, I guess. Let's look C#. There we are. Install. Installing. All right. And while that finishes, let's go back here. What's next? There's a lot. If it weren't for Google, if this were the 90s or the 80s or the 60s, where the lady that brought the Apollo mission to the moon, writing code with her pen on paper with no Google, honestly, I don't. That's a little more mathy than my brain is good for right now at this stage of my life. Probably wouldn't have been able to do that. But this makes it easy. Good old Google. All right, download and install the compiler toolset for your OS. Okay. LLVM Lang. That's what we're needing. Okay, C# is installed. LLVM. Now, okay, so is LLVM different than Clang? Not sure. I'm gonna look up Clang. Okay, C++, Clang, command adapter, no. I'm gonna head back to my best friend Google and ask, what's the difference? Difference between LLVM and Clang. Okay, so it looks like I can just use Clang, but you know what? I'm gonna install both. I don't see that hurting. Let's ask. Can I install LLVM and Clang together? Okay, I'm just gonna do both because I think it didn't say that or that, it just said that/that. Let's go. LLVM. And you know what? Since the documentation tells me over here, I'm gonna find exactly what it looks like before trying to figure out which extension it is over here. So I'm sure Clang is installed. Oh, and it might already be installed. I forgot about that, and I actually think it is. Verify it is. Open a macOS terminal window and enter the following command. If it isn't installed, enter it with Xcode. Okay. So let's go over to Visual Studio. Oh, wait. Did it say I could? No, it said a macOS terminal window. Okay, so let's open up terminal. Clang version. Clang version. Apple Clang version. Yes, I got it already. Okay, let's clear this terminal. Close this terminal. So we have Clang. What was it? Okay. LLVM. And I want to make sure I get all of this installed properly because in the courses that I was doing, trying to learn C++ C++ for Unreal Engine, even just C++, I kept hitting walls because I was like being really lazy with my installs, and I probably wasn't installing the right thing. That is super important that you get the right thing installed unless you feel like going back and fixing it later. From my experience, that is super important. All right. So what does it say about LLVM here? Maybe nothing. Maybe it's included, but I want to make very sure. And see, this is just configuring Clang. Okay, so this might be the next thing I do, but I want to see something that pops out to me and says LLVM. So I know I can go ahead and move on to this. Yeah, this next step. I know I'm going through this super fast. Might be missing it, but my first instinct is just to quickly go through and see if something pops out before I deep dive into it and look. Just to make it easier. That's kind of my style. Maybe good, maybe bad, I don't know, but as easy as possible. Because not cutting corners, but just not making it harder than it has to be. Okay, so nothing popped out. Got to be it. Using blank. Okay, topics. LLVM, anything here? Oh, okay. So we were in compilers, right? C++. Oh, it wouldn't be in C++ because it said it's used across multiple languages. See if we can find something that says compilers or LLVM. Nothing. Okay. Well, we'll just do this for now then, I guess. In this tutorial, you can configure Visual Studio Code on macOS to use the Clang LLVM compiler debugger. There we go. Of course that happens. The very first line has my answer. And I just did all that for no reason. All right. Okay. After configuring VS Code, you will compile and debug a simple C++ program. This tutorial does not teach you about Clang or the C++ language. Fine. All right. Yeah, this is something that seems important because my compiler needs to be working, right? Or I'm going to run into the same problem I had last time, a couple streams ago, where I was trying to figure out why my C++ file was not building to an executable after building, so I couldn't run it. So let's do this. Let's get this compiler set up. If you have any trouble, feel free to file an issue for this tutorial. Okay. Prerequisites. To successfully complete this tutorial, you must do the following. Install Visual Studio Code on macOS. Done. Install C++ extension for VS Code. Done. Install C++. Okay. Ensure Clang is installed. Done. Create hello world. Ooh, some coding. I'm very new to software engineering, so anytime I get to actually write code, especially after doing so many courses and getting through so many intros, and then running into walls constantly and just going a different route, writing actual code, even as basic as it is, a hello world file, this is so fun for me. So let's get into this. On the macOS terminal, create an empty folder called projects, where you can store all your VS Code projects. Then create a subfolder called Hello World. Navigate into it and open VS Code in that folder by entering the folder. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm not an expert with Terminal. I'm not even a fast beginner with Terminal, so I don't know how to create an empty folder with Terminal or a subfolder. I'm going to have to look that up. That's fine. And this goes so fast with Google. I can't imagine inventing this or using it in its early years. Hats off to those developers. All right, what was I doing? How to create a folder with Terminal. Whoa, whoops. Oh god. Okay, there we go. How to create a folder. How to create folder macOS Terminal. Choose File, New Folder, and press Shift Command N. Okay. The new folder command is dimmed. Create a folder in the current location. Enter a name for the folder and press Return. Shift Command N. Shift Command N. Ooh, nice. No. File. Okay. No. I'm looking for Terminal. How to make a folder on Mac the right way. 5 ways to create a folder. I mean, I could just make a folder, but it's telling me to do it in Terminal. It's probably faster in Terminal if you know how to do it. Once I don't. I see why it would probably be faster, because then I don't have to navigate to it, right? So I'm going to do it in Terminal. I'm going to learn how to do it too. We're going to learn together. And again, if anyone is here in this stream, live chat is enabled, so if you know how to do something that I'm looking up, feel free to put it there. I'd love to hear. Skip the step of abusing my best friend Google with too many questions. What is a terminal command for creating a folder? That's a question. Microsoft. No. How to create a folder? Mac OS terminal. That should. Mac OS terminal commands. Create folder. Tell me again this. Yeah, see, there is no file, but maybe let's just do it like this. New folder. No. No, I cannot. There. Let's try Shift Command N again. No. Hmm. Yeah, that. How do you create a folder on Mac? Your Mac, click the Finder icon. I mean, yeah, I could do it that way, but it says to do it in Terminal, and I want to learn how to do it in Terminal. Dog it. File folder. Oh, press Command Space. It opens File Search and search for Terminal. No, that's how. Okay. But it does tell me how to do it in Terminal in this article. Using keyboard shortcuts from Finder menu. Using right-click Contact menu. Action icon in Finder. Terminal. There we go. Yes. Okay. Have my terminal open. Go to location where you want to create a new folder. Let's say you want to create a folder with the name folder 1 under download section. Type CD downloads. There we go. And I want to create it in desktop. So I will put CD desktop. Okay. Desktop. I don't want to go to subfolder yet. Enter mkdir folder 1 and press enter key. So make a new directory. Excuse me, named folder 1 under downloads. Okay. Cool. Alright, so that's simple enough. I'm gonna do that before I forget. MK directory. That's gonna be called playing test. Okay. There it is, over here. My Clang test folder. Now I know how to make a folder using Terminal. Ooh, and we have something in the live chat here. Who says what? Yes, mkdir, and then you type the name of your folder that you want to name it, and that will create a folder, and it did. That was great. Thank you, Lisa. You are right, I think. Alright, we got there. Now let's see, let's get back. Yeah, and let's see, it said to make a subfolder. Right, so go to and see the new folders. Yes, I see it. Huh. Okay. Let's see if I can make a subfolder like this. Let's do, so I'm in, so I should go CD playing test, right? To get me into that folder. CD playing test. Yes, and then I make a subfolder, okay. And what did it say to make a subfolder called? Subfolder called Hello World, okay. It said the folder should be called projects, but there's so many projects things on this computer. I'm just gonna do playing test. That's what this is. And then the subfolder called Hello World. Fine. mkdir Hello World. Cool. Let's go see if that ended up in this playing test. Yeah, there you are. Hello world. Okay. And then navigate into it. So let's go back. CD. Hello world. Or is that going to take me to the right? Yeah, because I'm in clean test. Yeah. I think. I hope. Looks like it. Stated over here. Enter the following commands. Opening VS Code into this folder with the following commands. Okay, here we go. MK directory project. Oh, whoa, whoops. No, thank you for not doing anything because there is no project. Oh, I already got there. Okay, whoops. Just gonna go back. Whoops. Gonna go back. I wish I knew the way to go back, but let's just do it the long way. Let's go CD. Looks like I'm still in Hello World. Okay. Projects. CD Hello World. Okay, here we go. Code space. Oh, command not found. Let me try to get back there again. APR. What's my thing called again? It's not called projects, it's called playing test. CD. Oh, Jesus. MKT are making a bunch of playing test folders. I don't remember what that's called. Might be. That's unfortunate. Let me just keep trucking along. If I run into a wall, I run into a wall. Now, okay. I know it's cool. I just figured that out on my own, even though it literally says how to do it right here. Whatever. Going the long way home. Okay, dir. I'm just going to go back to CD Hello World. There we are. Code dot. Please work. Command not found. Code dot command opens Visual Studio Code in the current working folder, which becomes your workspace. So you go through the tutorial, you will create 3 files in a VS Code folder in the workspace. Tasks.json, launch.json, and C++ properties.json. And those are these: filer build settings, debugger settings, filer path and IntelliSense settings. But first I have to get there. We're in Clang test. Oh, maybe it's because Visual Studio VS Code's already open. That might be why. I'm gonna close it. I'm actually gonna completely shut it down, I think. I have those installed. Hopefully that doesn't uninstall it. Well, first, before I completely shut it down, let me see. Let's see if we can get it here. So code dot nothing. Code dot nothing. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna shut this down. Visual Studio Code. Bye-bye. Quit Visual Studio Code Insiders. Okay. Now let's try. Code dot nothing. Okay. Launch VS Code again. Where are you? Where are you, VS Code? There you are. I think this is the right one. I have now probably, whoops, wrong one. I have like 3 on this system now. This one I can shut down. Yes. Quit that. That was the one I installed last stream, thinking that was what I needed to do. It was not. Go back here. And maybe I should not share my screen for that, but I don't think you can't really see anything. You can just see what's programs are on the computer. I don't think that. Oh, here. There we go, Visual Studio Insiders. That's what we're looking for. Now, if we could get that into, well, if we could get, yeah, that into this. Maybe I could do this. That's not it. Anyone has any ideas? Feel free to drop something in the chat. If not, I'm going to go probably the long way to figure this out again. Let me first copy and paste this because maybe I'm typing it wrong. Oh, command not found. Okay. Let's kind of do my little default and move along. See if the answer is a little further down the documentation here. I don't think that would solve my problem because I'm trying to get this code that it's writing, that it wants me to write. I'm trying to do that inside of this folder. And I want to connect this code editor to this folder. But unfortunately, I don't know how to do that other than what it's saying, which is not working. I must have done something wrong. Or this documentation is not updated. That's a possibility, but probably not for Visual Studio Code. It's probably updated. Let's think. Whoa. I don't know. Anyone has any ideas? Feel free to let that be known. Our chat is open. I will see it. So we're trying to open Visual Studio Code in this folder, playing test folder, as I called it. And that's open there. Oh no, yeah, it's supposed to be the Hello World folder. Really neat. Okay, so PD Hello World. Oh, I think I already did that actually, but let's just try again. No, yeah. Nope. That is not our answer. Subfolder is created. Navigate into it. Navigated. Open VS Code in that folder by entering the following commands. Seems like it would be working. Maybe I can just kind of drag VS Code into. That's probably not going to work, is it? Why would that work? Let's do some find in here? Oh yeah, this is what I want to do. Let's see. Maybe this can solve something. Open Visual Studio Code. Explorer. Haven't opened the folder. Let's open a folder. See what we can find. Oh, this might be it. Maybe can't do it through the terminal, but oh well. Let's go to desktop. Playing test. Hello world. And I did these on accident, so I'm gonna trash those. Okay, and then right here in Hello World, open in Visual Studio Code. Access files in your desktop folder, sure. Yes, please. Do you trust the authors of the files in this folder? What folder? Yes, I do. Okie dokie. We have our Hello World file. Now let's go back to Google. Visual Studio Code documentation. We have it open. So let's see. What's next? Add Hello World source code file. The File Explorer title bar. Select New File and name the file helloworld.c++. File Explorer title bar. Select New File. Oops. Where is this title bar? Here. New File. Name the file helloworld.c++. Okay. Oh. Enter file name. Hello world. Leave it as that. Yes, we're in Hello World. Yes. Yeah, I'd like to install the recommended extension for C++. Go recommendations. I'd like to see that too. Ooh, excuse me. Bless me, I should say. Going here to offer their blessings onto my scenes. Alright, this is all it's saying. I already did that, but okay. Whoops. I mean, yeah, I thought I already did that. Maybe you have to do that for every project. Put your extensions in there. That's probably it. Okay. Extension for C++, good. Okay. So I guess what this stream is turning into is learning how to, well, setting up the compiler. That's what we're doing. I was thinking it was just going to be getting Visual Studio working and getting some code in there and getting that code into Unreal Engine, but it looks like we're going to learn how to set up this compiler because we need to make sure it's working before moving forward. So, paste in the following source code in my helloworld.cpp folder file. Paste in the following source code. Okay. Include IOStream, include vector, include string, using namespace std. Don't remember what that stands for, but okay. Yeah, this what I'm about to copy and paste is all stuff I learned at the beginning of my C++ course. I don't remember it too well, but I recognize it. That's good. Okay. Now press Command Save to save the file. Notice that your files are listed in the File Explorer view in the sidebar of VS Code. Command Save. In the what view? File Explorer view, okay. Shift Command E. Are they? Shift Command E. Shift Command E. Oh, that's how I get over there. Okay. But files are listed. Okay, yeah. Open editors and my. Yeah, okay, that works for me. You can also enable autosave. I don't want to do that. Probably already enabled, but that's okay. If it is, if it isn't. Activity bar on the edge of Visual Studio Code lets you open different views. Activity bar on the edge. Studio Code lets you open different views such as search, source control, and run. Okay, we'll look at the run view later in this tutorial. That's okay. Well, I'd like to figure that stuff out as I go. It's not too important to me how to make my way around the screen. I kind of figure that out as I go, rather than spending time studying it. Let's see. What next of importance shall we discover? Note, when you save or open a C++ file, you may see a notification from the C extension about the availability of an insider's version. Lets you test new features and fixes. Ignore this notification. Oh, so I guess I'm in the inside. That's what it is. I'm a test subject. That's what I signed up for with insiders. That's okay. IntelliSense. Okay. I just want to see if it's working. Should be, right? Yeah, it's working. IntelliSense is working. IntelliSense is where it basically is kind of like your autocorrect, but a super advanced version of that, where it like shows you what's going on and offers fixes. Doesn't just automatically change to something you did not want to say, or that you did want to say, but it's working nicely. Okay, IntelliSense works fine. Run Hello World C++. That's what I want to do. Remember, the C++ extension uses the C++ compiler you've installed on your machine to build your program. Make sure you have a compiler installed before attempting. Yes, I have playing. Covered that earlier. Open it so it's the active file. Yeah, it's open. Well, it's here. This is the active file. I hope. Press the play button in the top right corner of the editor. Okay. And what will happen? Let me make sure I know. Choose C++ can't playing. Build and debug active file from the list of the detected compilers on your system. I'm gonna move this over, so I can see both. Minimize that a little bit. There. All right, let's do it. Play. Build and debug active file. Yes. Terminated with exit code -1. Show errors. Oh, expected. I copied it and it did me wrong. Where? Line 9. Column 23. I don't even see where it says. Oh, it's. This may possibly, I don't know if this is something that could be happening right now, but it may be running more than one compiler. I don't know if that's even a thing, run more than one, but it might be doing that if that's a thing. It says GCC, but I'm trying to run Clang, right? Let me debug anyway. I hope this doesn't destroy something. You know what? Abort it. Let me fix it first. Figure it out, right? That's why we're here. What does it say? Wow, this is big. Starting build. Warning. So we have an error. This is unexpected. Semicolon at the end of declaration. Here. Is there one? Or is there not one? There is one. These errors really bother me sometimes. It says there's a error, an expected semicolon at the end of a declaration, and then where it points to, it's saying a semicolon instead of an E in extension. That's annoying. I'm sure it means something, but I don't. Alright. The warning, range base for loop is a C++ extension. Okay, constant string, word, that. Range base for loop is a C++ 11 extension. No quick fixes available. One warning and one error. Okay, those are our warning and error. I'm probably just gonna run this, debug it anyways. I mean, those errors could create a problem, but nothing I can do differently. I literally copied and pasted. Debug anyway. Let's see what happens. Launch program does not exist. Open launch.json. And this may be because I haven't gotten to that point in this program. No, launch.json is there. Okay. It says the .NET Core SDK cannot be located. Valid .NET installation cannot be found. .NET Core debugging will not be enabled. Make sure installed and is on the path. Oh. Should I get it or should I not? What does SDK even stand for? Because I keep seeing that in different places. What is SDK? SDK stands for Software Development Kit. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to download that. I mean, I might. I'd have to ask. I think that's another one of those executive decisions for this the co-owner of this computer, because I don't want to download something and destroy something on the actual computer. So I'm not going to do that. I will check with. Okay, so I'll do this. I'll make a note. Can I get what's it called again? What SDK? Let's see again. What happens if I want this? Debug anyway, and it says open launch.json, and it says where's that message? I want to figure out if I can. I was gonna make a note to ask after the stream if I can do that in articles of declaration of the corporation of this computer. Oh, that's me, and I'm gonna ask my wife if I can do that on her computer, our computer. And now I don't know what I was supposed to ask. All right, we're just gonna go back a couple steps. I love to do that. And the steps we'll go back to is our Google, where we were here. Okay, so I chose that from the list of detected compilers, yes. You'll only be asked to choose a compiler for the first time you run the Hello World CPP. This compiler will be set as the default compiler for task.json. And was it set? That would be cool to do that in our JSON file. I don't know. This compiler will be set as default. After the build succeeds, your program's output will appear in the integrated terminal. Yeah, but it didn't do that for me. It just said a bunch of junk. The first time you run your program, the C++ extension creates task.json. Did it? Did you? Yes, it did. Task.json. Oh, and the compiler. Yes, Clang compiler, it did. Cool. New task.json file should look similar to the JSON below. Let's see. Does it? Tasks. Type. Label. Command. Arguments. Options. Yeah, it's similar. Looks not the same answers in there, but similar stuff going on. Then, okay. The command, the command setting specifies the program to run. What do we have under command? Okay, USR bin Clang++. Specifies the program to run. In this case, Clang++ is the driver that causes the Clang compiler to expect C++ code and link against the C++ standard library. Args array specifies the command line arguments that will be passed to Clang++. These arguments must be specified in the order expected by the compiler. Okay. This task tells the C++ compiler to compile the active file and create an output file in the current directory. The same name as the active file, resulting in Hello World for our example. Okay. The label value is what you will see in the tasks list. Name this whatever you like. Okay. And I saw that, yes. C++ Clang build active file, right? Detail value. Detail. What you'll see as a description of the okay, well it's okay. I'm gonna skip this a little bit. Problem matcher. I tried building a tasks.json file a while ago, and it did not come out pretty, and I gave up. That was before starting the stream. Nowadays, I'd make a note and come back to it in the next stream. But this was before you all were with me, so I was not being held accountable by anyone but myself, and I was very discouraged, so I didn't come back to it. So that's why I thank you all for being with me. Also, let me run a banner real quick before I continue on here. I'm going to say to you all, yeah, we could just join the stream, and here we go. I'll just say super thanks is enabled if it's enabled for you and you feel like more of these streams would be helpful to you or me or to the end result of the project becoming a reality. It is available, and it would help the channel thrive and survive and thrive. I understand that's not for everybody, so if it's not for you, but you're here right now, a thumbs up does just as much good. So that thumbs up button for YouTube knows to let other people know that I'm streaming. All right, so let's get back to this. Where are we right now? We are here. We're at problem matches in. From now on, the play button will be read from tasks.json, which is here. Figure out how to build and run your program. Okay, you can define multiple build tasks in this file, and whichever task is marked as the default will be used by the play button. In case you need to change the compiler. I'm just trying to get through this real quick. Alternatively, you can modify the task.json file and remove the default by replacing this segment. Okay, with this. Modifying tasks.json. Debug hello world.cpp. Go back to my file. Okay. Hello world.cpp. So it's the active file. Set a breakpoint by clicking on the editor margin or using F9 on the current line. Where is the editor margin? What does that mean? This? F9 on the current line. Okay, from the drop-down list next to the play button, select. Oh, you know what? While I was over here and setting that banner, I noticed another comment that I had not seen. Oh, bless you. Thank you. I sneezed a while ago. I missed that comment because it doesn't pop up as a notification here if I'm on comments. I'm going to go back there so I can see your comments when you drop them in live chat. All right. Back here to hello world.c++ and do what it said to do, which is set a breakpoint by clicking on the editor margin, which I don't know what that is. We're using F9 on the current line. We'll just use F9 and it says 12. Oh, clicking there. Okay. That. Maybe? F9. Nothing. F9. Nothing. There we go. Okay. Drop down next to the play button, select debug C++ file. Okay. And that is where we are. The problem. Choose Clang and build and debug active file. Play button has two modes. Explore the debugger. Yeah, see, I'm having problems with this because I literally copied and pasted what they said to do in this documentation here, and it's telling me there's an error and a warning in the written code. So I really don't know. Step through the code. Yeah, I think this is where we're actually gonna take a break and come back to this. Today's Wednesday, so come back to this Saturday. Because I am a little bit starting to get a little loopy here. Yeah, but I appreciate you all for stopping by. I will be back live on Saturday. What we did today, just a little recap if you're just joining, or if you sat through this whole thing so that you can be brought back up to speed. So I know there's a lot of going back and forth. What we did, I'll stop sharing my screen. Let me recap for myself because it's hard to remember. Hey guys, what we did today, we finally got Visual Studio Code installed. We're trying to get the compiler installed currently. I'm going to make my little note in notes. I can get back to that. And then I'll do that once I leave. But yeah, we got that Visual Studio Code installed, trying to get the compiler running properly, get it configured for this machine, and that's where we're having some problems. I also got a C++ new project with C++ open in Unreal Engine. That is going to be worked on next time. And anyways, yeah, that's all I have for you all. So thank you so much for joining the stream. I'll see you again Saturday as we work to build positive digital experiences. Goodbye.